Hi, this is Everyday Prepper, out and about on a fun day with Raynet. We're marshalling, doing the comms for a local run event. Normally we're set up for national emergencies, which is mainly what we do, but and provide comms in the event of grid down scenarios and things like that. But because none of that's really happening, what we're doing is helping out with local runs, which is all good fun, and you get to test out radio gear. All my radio gear here set up. Don't need a tarp today, unfortunately, because it's not really raining, but if it gets really chilly I might stick a tarp up. I've got all my gear with me. I've got all my my battery bank, my rucksacks, my solar panel, cook set, everything really that I need. I haven't got too many snacks because I couldn't find any carb-free snacks, so I've just got coffee to drink all day long, so I'm going to be buzzing like a nutter at the end of it. So I'll probably catch up with you in a bit. The marshals are on their way over, so I probably won't film while they're here, and I will see you later. Just a quick note, the radio I'm using is a Baofeng, I can't remember what it's called, UVR 15 or 20, something like that, Pro. It's VHF and UHF. We're on both channels, and we transmit and receive on those. The route is about, it's a half marathon, so it's 13 kilometres. But I can generally hear the base, which is probably about 7 or 8 miles away. No, it's not quite that, about 5 miles away. And even with a handheld on VHF, yeah, you get a good signal generally. So it's a good way to test out radios as well, out in the sticks. And yeah, it's good for comms. When you don't have a mobile signal, that's why we use these radio comms as well. So yeah, it's a good way of testing it all out. At the base they have a big extended antenna sort of raised up about 20 odd feet off the ground. I was also going to say I always bring spare water with me, because sometimes you get some people running in there a little bit parched, or have blister injuries, things like that. So I have blister packs with me and everything else, because the marshals, they're not provided with anything, no first aid, nothing, and it's purely a money making exercise for the organisers, I think, really, at the end of the day. But plus, I mean, everyone generally has fun, but we tend to end up having the meds on site, because that's what we do, and I like to be prepared. Might hear some gunfire in the distance. It sounds like there's a big clay shoot going on just over from me. Just shows how out in the sticks we are. What I was also going to say was the requirement for doing this kind of stuff is you only need the basic amateur radio license, which is very, very easy to pass. It's all online now. You can do free training online. Don't have to pay, just have to pay for the test, which I don't think is a great deal. You just get your license. It all happens fairly quickly. So yeah, it's all good fun. It's a good way of testing out my gear as well. I've got a stand out here. It's freezing cold. It's about 2 or 3 degrees on this February day, so it's a good way of making sure I've got warm gear, you know, for being out and about and stuff, in preps for perhaps when I go and stay overnight under a tarp or what have you. So it's a good way of testing out my gear, good way of testing my solar panel that I've got here with my charging station as well, for charging up my radios and my camera battery and stuff like that. So all stuff out in the field, you know. Just touching again on the requirements for getting your amateur radio license. I used, when I got mine, I used a company called Essex Ham. If you do a search, I'll put a link in the description actually, if I remember. Essex Ham provides some brilliant training. You don't have to go to Essex for it either. They do it all online. It's a series of videos, and gave me all the information and more that I needed to pass the basic exam. So that's what I'd recommend, and as I say, I'll pop a link in the description. Tell you what, it is pretty cold standing around like this, but I've got all the gear, fairly warm. I'm really tempted to sort of set up a tarp and crawl into it, but I need to be out and about really spotting runners and collecting numbers and stuff, so we won't be doing that, unfortunately. But I have had some emergency hot coffee in a flask, and I've also got a cans of food with me and a stove with me in case I need to eat later on. I just thought I may as well sit in the car. The race doesn't start till 10:30, and there's me getting there at 9:30 and standing out in the cold. Pointless. Well, it's not much warmer in the car, to be honest. Just thought I'd show you this. I've got a couple of radios with me just for backup. They're all handhelds, but I use I've got like a field pack that I use, which is this, and it's got an extended antenna I should say, with a coax connector on, and then I've got an adapter, one of these little things here that screws into the antenna slot on the radio. So what I do is you take off the antenna, just unscrew it, stick that in, shove the coaxial cable in, and then extend that out. And then it's got a cord on there which you can hang up on a tree. Quite often I push it up there with a walking pole, trekking pole, and hook it over a tree branch. I hope you can hear me all right there. I hook it over a tree branch, and that gives me some extra reception for the comms. But my radio that I've got clipped to me now suffices normally, so yeah, I tend to just use that.
Patrick, you've gone, just to let me know, and that's it. Let you know marshals are on site.
So it looks like I might be on my own. Hear the radio in the background. I've got a headset which I'll be using when I'm out and about. It's much easier to hear what's going on, and it keeps all the comms private as well. So that's what we'll be doing. I'll give you an update in a bit. Right, I've just been told I can stand down now. We've had all the last runners through. There was 300 odd runners, all good fun, but bloody cold out here. So, but luckily I had gloves and everything else, and did lots of dancing about on the spot, and had some hot coffee. But now I'm going to go in seek of a burger at the main event control station, which is always part of the fun, really. So thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.